Hello once more. It's Nonsanity's Feed the Beast Unleashed Let's Play. Episode 11, 12, something like that. Who's counting? Yeah, I'm here at my new base location again. The quarry is finished, so I'll start putting floors in. But first, I want to put in a basement floor. And I didn't get my flying in time, but thankfully, the boots can take it. I've got a turtle down here doing the building for me. He's just putting in these stone road blocks, which use a tinker's construct chisel on regular stone bricks, and it makes these. I like this better as far as just a base floor goes. Putting it just above the bedrock layer. And let me show you the program I'm using in the turtle. First of all, it's got this ender chest here in slot 15. In this chest, I've got all my stone road blocks, because this can hold a lot more than the turtle can, and I can fill it up by any other means I want from its other end. And if we edit, I just named it F for floor. Just while true do, which is just loop everything between this and the matching end. Just do it over and over again. First thing it does is it checks to see if it has anything in slot 1. Or if the item count is less than 1, 0 basically, then do what's inside here between the if and the and. So it's empty. What it's going to do, it's going to select slot 15, which is the ender chest down here. Place up. It's going to put it on top of itself. It's going to select slot 1 again. It's going to suck from the up direction, that is the chest, 64 items. The chest has only one type of item, the stone road, so it'll stick it in here. Then it'll select slot 15 again, and it'll dig upwards, which breaks the ender chest, puts it back into slot 15, and then it selects slot 1 again. So every time it comes around the loop, it'll check to see if it's out. If it's out, it puts out the ender chest, gets out one stack of bricks, and puts the ender chest back away. Next step. If not turtle placed down, what it's going to try and do is, it has this slot selected with the stone bricks. It's going to try and place a brick below it. That returns true or false whether or not it worked or not. Why wouldn't it work is if there's a block already there. If there was a block already there, then it's going to return false because it failed. The not is going to make that a true, and then an if true, then, so it's going to do what's between this if and this end, only if there's something blocking it. And that happens when it gets to the end of a row. It'll move forward and it'll be on top of a block from one of the side walls, and it'll see it can't place a block, so it's going to turn right, move forward, turn right again, move forward, turn left. That'll put it in the next space that it needs to put a block. It'll then try and put a block because it failed to do it before. Now it's going to try and do it. If it still can't, then it's probably gotten to the center of the spiral, and it's just going to exit the program. But if it succeeds in placing the block, it just moves forward, and that's the end. So it's a very simple program. Mostly it's just these two special cases. One, when it runs out of items, and this is the instructions to get more. And one when it reaches the end of a row, and it adjusts itself and does the continuous spiral. So now we can exit out of this and tell it to go. Oh, there, put the chest. Gave itself a stack of stone bricks, and it's off. Right now it's just doing the place. The place is returning true, and then it moves forward. So it's really just doing those two commands over and over again. I had my engine on. Now when it gets to the end, it's going to step over onto this block, try and place. It can't. Turn right, move forward, turn right, move forward, turn left. Place. And then it starts back on its loop again. So it's going to go around the whole thing. And as long as that ender chest doesn't run out of stone, which it did, and I had to make some more, which is why it wasn't running, then it's going to completely fill in the floor. And it probably is not enough stone in there. I'm going to have to make some more while it's running. But I've got the matching ender chest back home. And there it went. And I can fill that up at any time. I've moved my chunk loader down here. Oh, it just got another load. Oh, slight lag. There we go. Oh, I accidentally switched to my power glove the first time. It always lags the first time. After that, it switches fine, but the first time it lags. Yeah, I moved the chunk loader down here. If you see this with the chunk boundaries turned on. As you can see, there's 2 blocks just outside. I made the quarry slightly larger, 2 blocks larger than a 3x3 chunk. That way the wall can be just outside, and there's a 1 space gap for anything I want behind the walls. But everything inside the walls will be chunk loaded with a 3x3 chunk loader. There it goes around the corner, and it's off. So when I was first starting out, I had the chunk loader set to a radius of 3, which is 25 chunks, just so the turtle would keep running on the outside edges. But now that it's inside that boundary, I can set it back to the final 3x3, and the turtle's going. And I'll have to check on the chest to see how it's doing. But also, if I head back to the base, there's a magnum torch down there. I made a bunch of those. There's also one here, and one on the far side, right over there, just to keep anything from spawning on the mountain. That way I can get rid of all those ugly lights, which I ran around and did. And that doesn't look like I want to go through it. But it worked. I didn't half make it, I fully made it. Let's turn that off. I've been experimenting with what sort of look I want for the inside of the base, what color schemes. I'm using these blocks as having similar texture, just different shades. And then I found this fancy bone brick to go with the regular bone brick, and a fancy redstone that matches it. There's the stone road. There's bleached bone, sandy block, infernal block, bloodstained block, and frostbound block. Now, I've used the frostbound block with the quarried stone, which is very similar to this, but a little bit whiter. But I like the bleached bone block. I got plenty of bones. I mean, this is, I think, sand and meat. I got plenty of meat, so I can make plenty of this. I think you can also use zombie flesh, rotten flesh. This is bone meal and bricks. This is sand and bricks. This is soul sand and nether bricks. And this is ice around lapis. So I can do almost all of these from UU matter. I'm not sure about this, but I can always just go mining in the nether with a cooking hammer to make lots of nether bricks. But I'm thinking like maybe the tan, the white, and the maroon here. Those 3 might make a nice color combination with maybe blue or the red for highlights. That I also think would work well with the yellow. So maybe like this color combination, the gray, white, tan, maroon, and the yellow. I'll have to see. Maybe more than one, maybe more of one, like more of the white with touches of the brown and the red or the maroon. Yeah, I think that would look good. I also was experimenting with some automation for the bees. I added a whole bunch more inoculators here. They're probably all empty. Oh, that one I never did fill back up again. And it's starting to lag already. That didn't take long. There it is. It needs to be... Oops. It doesn't always like going into my inventory. Toss that in there to be improved. And that should be charging up another one, yeah. I haven't automated that process. That I need to automate for sure. But basically these turtles here have the inventory upgrade. They're inventory turtles, which give them access to adjacent inventories. So basically the top one, this one would, on a loop, check the slots 10 through 15, I think, which are these 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. 10 through 15. And if it finds a bee here, it would take it out and stick it in this one, which would get put into the top rows. They would go through, and this one's out of juice. They would go come out the bottom, and it would check this one every now and then. Pull those out and put them in the one below it. And that doesn't have it, so they've blocked up here. And then this turtle down here would do the same between that one and this one. And then this guy would pull them out of here. He would turn, stick them in that interface to put them into the system. So the way this worked is I would put Rocky drones up at the top. They would get +2 both temperature, +2 both humidity. As high a production as I have, which currently is still only slow, I think, and then a high fertility. And I would put them into the AE system. So if I look up drone, I've got 6 Rocky drones, and they're all souped up. And Princess, I've only got 2 so far, because they were still filtering through the system. And I've got this extra inoculator over here just to do manual stuff. I just put a hopper on the side of the synthesizer so that as soon as I take one out, it puts in the next one. I've got copies of these things charging up. But I'll tie these 2 machines together so they automatically feed from one to the next and then into the system. And then I'll have the system, probably have the turtles checking the status of these serums. And when they run out of charges, pull them out and get a fresh one from the system. But I haven't tied it all together. I just started doing it. This is a little bit simpler because one of the changes they've made since 1.1.3's version of the mod pack is that if the bee already has whatever the serum is supposed to do, instead of just sitting here with an alert saying it already has it, it actually falls all the way through, which is the way it should be. And thankfully they changed it so it does fall through now, so that the system doesn't jam if a bee already has one of those traits that I'm injecting. This has been doing well. I put a mutator on there so I can get a couple of fast mutations, because I wanted to make a new bee breed, which I think is in this one. Yeah, Hermetic. Hermetic bees, which is their comb? Mellowcombs. Mellowcombs. And if I put some mellowcombs in here and let that run, oh, it was still going through all those. Oh, you see that? Quartz, nether quartz. 402, 403. So each one of those is spitting out another quartz into the system. So I got plenty of that, which is good because I want to do a type of glass that gives off light called verdant quartz glass, I think, and that takes quartz, obviously enough. Now, I put the radioactive bees into here, and it's keeping filled with proven frames by, down here, a router, which has got proven frames. Now, I forgot that these guys cannot be automated. At least their frames cannot be automated. So all their frames I had to put in manually. But I had them all connected, and then that connection went down here. Oops. These are all furnaces, and they make a continuous chain of machines all the way over to the alveary. Excuse me. Now they can't take frames, so they stay empty, but these guys can. And this thing, it does slowly eat through stone. It's weird. I guess every time a bee breeds, whatever's in there gets eaten. I'm going to have to replace it with a regular block. And only use that when I want to breed, because I think it was eating frames. So these, I've got to put the frames in by hand. I'll have to do that soon too. But over here, they've been getting the proven frames repeatedly, continuously, because I made a whole bunch. And that means they work very, very fast. This is just in the last 2 hours, maybe 3 hours. I've gotten almost 2 stacks of these. Let's toss it in here. The radioactive comb, which didn't produce at that time. Maybe this time. Keep watch. Watch, watch, watch. There it is. Uranium. It is made so much uranium. I just made the one there. Now there's 2. There's 186 more have come in. 186 since last night. Yeah, I can make lots of solars. I made another one. It's nighttime, so they're only putting out 64 EU per tick. Otherwise, they put out 512. It's pretty awesome. I rewired everything here. These two are straight into the line that goes to the mass fabricator. So the mass fabricator, during the day, and I'll show you that, time set day, it ticks along pretty darn quick. Now, scrap gets burned up so fast in this thing, it's almost not worth putting it in. I just left it there because I've got it. When I move to the new base, I won't bother with making scrap at this point, because it's going pretty fast. How much is down here? I haven't looked. Oh boy. Just since last night, 50 stacks of UU matter. Oh, that's wonderful. I went ahead and put the density so I can get a whole 1,000 stacks in here, because it does get up pretty fast now. If I go away for 2 days, I don't want it to overflow. So yeah, that's doing pretty well for the uranium. Doing pretty well for the UU with all this power. Yeah, these two are on that line. I turned these so they're both out, and I did get this to work. I mean, I had that lever over there. I don't know why it wasn't working before, but now it's set so that it only puts out power when it's full. Same with this one. So they stay completely full, so I can walk up and I can toss in, you know, some of my armor, and it'll guaranteed to have enough to fill everything up. So, yeah, that does work now. I'm quite happy. I'm not sure what was wrong the first time. Even with the lever, it didn't seem to be honoring the setting. But now it does. And I tried it with this one, and it works again here too, so I don't know. But I'm glad that it does what I want it to. Still have the two, you know, low voltage solars on top just because I haven't gotten rid of them. Why not? But there's one ultimate high voltage, one ultimate. So those two on the backside, they can feed the ME system with power and all the other Buildcraft, Minecraft Jewel powered objects. And they also feed into these two. But these guys go straight to the matter fabricator. And they're not connected in the back. That would make a power loop, and that is bad for the system. So never link the front and any other side of an MFSU. Now, I don't know if they've changed that recently, but I knew it was bad in the past, so try not to do that. I tried not to do that. So that's where I am right now. This is the chest for the bricks. It looks gone through a lot already. But I got a ways to go still, which is good. I was going through chisels like you wouldn't believe. I even tried making an electric chisel, but just like my hammer, it broke. And I mean, broke and completely disappeared. It's definitely something buggy there. Ah, if you noticed, there was some forest logs going past there. I don't know if I ever showed this, but I set up a forestry farm up here on the roof. Here it is. Just a simple 3x3. I'm just going to need some more dirt. Let me give that to it while I'm here. There we go. And load that up. It's been busy. I had regular saplings in there just to build up my wood resources. Then I took all the saplings out and put one of the forest saplings into each slot, and then the rest into the top stack. So they're all filled with forest saplings. That way I didn't have to take down all the regular trees that were up there and the regular saplings. They could grow, get harvested, but then any of the green saplings, oak saplings that came out, would be forced to go down here because these wouldn't match. That way it eventually got around to nothing but forest saplings, which seems to be the way it is now. Yep, nothing but forest saplings. Which is good because I can use them for regular wood, but I can also use them to make the forest sticks, which I need to make the proven frames. And I'll need a lot of them. Hello, animals. I don't need you anymore. Oh, just glitching out on the doors. I really wish the pressure plates would stay pushed while you're standing on them. Oh, it does. I guess it's just as you're walking into the door that they're released. Yep, there. I don't know, something about the timing is wrong. So, yeah, I got lots of UU. I'm getting lots of uranium. I'm now getting some quartz. When I need a lot more quartz, I can shift them over to the alveary, or maybe by then actually I should be ready to have more than one alveary. I hooked this carpenter up to the AE system so that anything it makes will get sucked out. And it looks like a lot has been sucked out. I had stacks and stacks of wood in here. How many impregnated? I got 616 impregnated sticks and 17 impregnated casings. That's pretty good. I can make a lot of frames now and a lot of alvearies. Let's see, how am I doing for these? I'm out of honey. I got everything else. How am I doing for honey? Here, we've got a whole stack. And then more. Nice. So I'll put those in. Them charge up. I want to be able to build lots of alvearies in the new base. So I need lots of these scented paneling. And I've only got 8 at the moment. But I've got a lot of alveary blocks. 33. That's enough for another one when I'm ready to build it. I may set them up in the basement of the building that I'm on the new base. I was also experimenting with some of the other grasses here. I have the slimy grass and the origin grass. They can't grow flowers, but they look nice. Make some sort of arrangement of the 3 types of grass. I've got another one too. The long grass. So I might do something with that. See, nothing else new. I made extra, I don't know if you saw those, the extra igneous extruders, just hoppered together, but even when I made them, they weren't enough to keep this thing fed, and they definitely aren't enough now. So it doesn't really need it. And these things have been busy. Oh yeah, I was making bricks in preparation for making these guys. So I'll put them into the system. Almost 200 uranium now. That's good. That means I can get 3 more ultimate solars. And I've got plenty of UU for the plenty of UU for the iridium and all the other metals that I need. Some of for ingots. I got 7,000 iron, 1,200 gold, 1,000 silver, 900 lead, 776 ferrous, 233 steel. That's a lot of steel, and I've never made any sort of steel production. That just came from reclaiming steel from armor and weapons dropped by mobs and held in the spoils bags. It's a lot of steel that way. Shiny. I still have some thaumium that I made, bronze that I made, invar. Force against are rather low. I may have to make some more of those for making circuits. Ironwood, I got some of that I got. I went to the Twilight Forest and tromped around one of the catacombs for a bit. Didn't find anything good. It wasn't a very big one, only 2 levels. Steel, ingot, that's the other steel. I should switch that. Which number is this? 7785. Let's go over here, my lexicon book. There we are. If you've seen this one in the background and wondering what it is, it lets you switch between one type and another. So there. Now these are the same. And they will stack. It doesn't work for everything, but for things like ingots, it's pretty good. A little bit of electrum, a little bit of dark iron I made, some aluminum. Of course, then I also have 3,200 copper and 3,600 tin. So I'm pretty good on my metals. Now I got 4,000 gas tiers from when I was running my gas thing. That's one of the things that the Forge lexicon was no good at translating between, is that these tiers added by, I think, Darkcraft. I'm not entirely sure, but I think Darkcraft added those. And the gas tier. They work interchangeably in some recipes, but not all. So, and I can't use the lexicon to switch between them, unfortunately. I even looked in the settings for that. Didn't find a way. So doing pretty good. Got lots of... How many force logs do I have? 1,458. Not bad. I do like the wood from them, too. Yep, a little bit of lag here. Maybe a lot of lag. I may have just crashed. Alright, I'm back from the crash. So yeah, the force logs make this nice sort of amber-colored force wood. Which I sort of like. I used it for the stairs over here. So it's another thing I might build a little bit out of. So I'll keep some of that around. I also want to use it to make the force sticks. So force sticks, I've got plenty to last me for a little bit. So yeah, now I can just come up and say for frames, I want to make the proven frame, which takes the impregnated. So I'll make a whole bunch of impregnated frames. Make 2 inventories full. And then turn them into proven frames. And there we go. 66 proven frames. I should make more than that, but I'll do it later. Just got to keep this guy happy. Plus, these guys have all probably run out. They're about to. Really, really close. And look, he's made 6 more radioactive combs. And these are great for just the wax. I mean, some of these other ones are good for making honey. But if I should gather them all up here. And those... There we go. Chuck them in here. I upgraded this chest just to hold it all. So, oops, got the wrong one. I wanted the radioactive ones. Radioactive. Get that uranium out. Very nice. How's this doing? I could probably... I wonder if it can take... force logs and still work. Let's see that. Yep, good. Alright, so I can just use the force lumber for everything. That'll make my impregnated sticks for more frames, and when I need to make more alvearies, I can run a circle of them around here to make the impregnated casings. And this is still going, though it's running out of royal jelly and wood. Well, I can give it the royal jelly I've got on me. Now it's set for royal jelly. And needs more wood. I wonder if it could take the force lumber wood. Let's see. That's a bit much, but I can put some of that back in the system. Take that out and see if it keeps going. Looks like it's going to. Oh, 42. Nice. Though it's almost out of honey. Get some more honey out of here. Wow, I got lots of it. No problems. That's a lot more than I had before. I had like 500 before. I've got 2,000. I'll have to make some more wax capsules. Let's make a stack of those. And stick most of them in there. So is this thing still running with the force wood? It is. Good. Alright, well I can put that back in there. And that goes there. And when I move to the new base, I'll make all this automated, but for now it's still slightly manual. That way I don't have to worry about figuring out how to make it stop. That can sometimes be the challenge once you've made it automated. It'll just keep going. It'll chew up all your wood and give you something that you didn't need that many of. Alright, we're good on the bricks for now. Good on sand, so I should get some bones out and make more bone meal. I've lots of, whoop, not those bones. Ah, actually all my bones are downstairs. I'll just put a stack in here to grind up. Oh, I got more the glowstone I broke down. But making the glowstone with UU matter, it makes glowstone blocks, and I stick them in there to grind them up. Anything in this chest? Just the uranium. Nice. More uranium. Yeah, my power needs are pretty much over and done. My power needs are definitely satisfied at this point. Or will be as soon as I do the processing to make more of these suckers. Yeah, that's going to be good. I'll have... I think I'm... even without any serious automation this time, I feel like I'm getting near endgame, and I haven't even moved to my new base yet. This has been a very fast game. I'm getting the hang of the order to build things in. I think we're definitely coming along here. Between the UU matter and the bees, I should have most of what I need for the time being. And there's plenty more bees to breed up and put in place. So yeah, I'm quite happy. Lots of redstone, which is good because I can use redstone to make netherrack, and yeah, I can't use UU for that, but I can use it to make, I don't think so. You make netherrack from UU, and you can use the Tomb of Alkest to turn redstone into 16, because one of the 17 is this one. You have to have one piece to make more. But, oh, okay, you can make it out of UU. So I can, one piece of redstone or 3 pieces of UU, and as redstone would probably be the cheaper way to go, I think. Because you can make redstone with UU, but I think it takes more than 3, or it takes, oh yeah, you get 24 for 4. So that's much better. Each one of these is then 60. Yeah. Definitely use the tomb if I really care about saving every little bit, which at this point I'm starting not to. I'm getting to the point where I can not worry about stuff anymore. Got a bunch of quarried stone that I got, but you can't make more of that, which is why I'm tempted to use this bleached bone block instead, since so I find these in here without doing the search. They're all together. Yeah, they're right here. So the bleached bone block is bone meal and brick. So that's clay and bones. I have all the bones I need because of my mob grinder, and I can make clay out of UU. So we're good for that one. The bloodstain brick is sandstone and rotten flesh or raw beef. And I can stick cows in my mob grinder, and I can make sand and sandstone out of UU. So we're good for that one. This guy is sand and brick again. Clay and sand, I can make those. Yeah, the quarried block, there's no way to make it from anything but the quarried stone. You can't make quarry stone, so I think I'll go with the bone. Plus the slightly tannish color looks better with the brown, or the tan, the real tan, than pure white. Also, this not quite completely black infernal brick. I got the soul sand nether brick. Nether bricks from netherrack, and you can make the netherrack with the tomb. And, oops, not that one. The soul sand you can also make with the tomb. It's a little bit more expensive. You only get 4 per redstone, but you can still do it. So, yeah, and then the frostbound, which I've done before, is ice and lapis, and I can make lapis and ice from UU if I really want to make ice from UU, but there's no need. I can use a glacial precipitator. So that just makes power and water, which means just power. And then lapis, which is easy to come by. And those give me some extra, a couple different designs, the creeper face, the concentric circles, 2 different sizes of brick. Got those for all that. So I think I might go with some combination of those. And I'm thinking, yeah, the The blood, the sandy, and the bleached bone might be the three that I use the most. A little bit of the frostbound in places, and maybe some infernal brick. And I still like the use of stairs as, recessed channels in the floor, which just sort of gives it some texture to it that doesn't impede walking at all. Plus, an interesting thing is if you drop something onto this, it bounces along the channel sometimes. Oops, that was too close. Yeah, it's not really going on that one. But I found on the old base, really long channels, it would slowly bounce along. Definitely makes it more obvious that you dropped something. Alright, pick it up. Also, I had made a brewing stand and brewed some potions up by hand to make those magnum torches. So I've got the one for my base right here. But I still get slimes on the ceiling because they fall off those floating slime islands above me. And those are out of the range of the torch, so oh well. So that's where I am now. Added 2 more machines to the AE network. Added a whole bunch more here. They've got power connections in the wall going to them all. See, it runs up that way and feeds power to them all. And I think that's where I'm going to call it a bit. Well, let's go check on the turtle real quick. Check on the turtle. Through the portal. Still only half, but at least it's the bottom half. Ooh, I think it's done. Geronimo, moray patterns. This time I want to land softly. There we go. Hey, look. It ended just like it was supposed to. Oh, well, not quite. Attempt to call nil. Maybe exit isn't... I thought exit was the correct command, but... So, there's the center. I was a little off-center for my torch, but that's fine. And it may be 4 blocks as the center. Well, let's just take a look here. Shift this back on. And, yeah, it'll be, oops. It'll be 4 blocks makes the center. So it's in the... northwest corner of the 4. So these 4 are the center. Alright. Very good. That turtle worked perfectly. But like I said, it won't work as well once I start doing designs in the floor. I'll need a much more complicated turtle for that. But that'll be next. Should I just put down some regular stone here and then bring these guys down? So we'll put the torch here and the chunk loader here. There we go. Turn that off. I haven't took all the ores out of the walls, and I probably am not going to because it's easier just to set up a quarry somewhere else, though I think that's uranium. I'll go ahead and grab uranium. Not that I really need more at this point, but hey, it's the principle of the thing. I gotta have uranium. I'll take some emeralds as well. Anything else? Really want? I check just about every level but down here. The quantum ore always fools me into thinking it's uranium, especially when it's by itself. Alright, that looks good. Oh, there's some more emerald. I'll take that. Alright. Yeah, I mean, I could just make a new quarry, or I'll cover it all up. I'll have walls all the way up. Oh, this is like twice as deep as a normal pit of mine. That's going to be a very big building. I really wish I had the elevator blocks that are coming out, and I forget which mod it is, but those would be very handy. I'm going to have to make portals with intra. Yeah, let's go back. It's possible, I don't know if you've tried this out, it's one of the things in Mistcraft. Right, by default, the books only work across dimensions. You can't use it to go from one place in one dimension to another place in the same dimension. But we get some, oh, not that, here, ender pearls. They come up here. When you want to make it, if you take, oh, let's say 4 ender pearls, it turns it green, and then it flips and shows you red. And then it'll go back to green. Alright, there it goes. When you take it out, yep, I got interlinking. Interlinking makes it so that it works inside the same dimension. But that was the green. The red is disarm. It basically drops everything in your inventory on the ground as soon as you go through the book. That is worthless now to me. But if you keep trying, that got nothing at all. That was black. That's both. That's just disarm. Oof. So I can keep, no, not that one. I can keep this one. But the other 3 I can just throw away. They're useless. Get a few more ender pearls here. Because it is possible. I'll have to bring some more from downstairs. It is possible to get one that is just interlinking. There we go. And to make a matching pair, you really need 2. And that's a disarm. So I got 1. But for every 2 I can get, I can make a pair of linking books that'll work in the same dimension. And then I can make a set of portals. I've done them in the floor before, so you step down into the floor and it takes you down a level. Then you can step into another one and it takes you down a level again. And that might work for... see, I don't have a chest over here, do I, for these things. I'll use this one. Good. Okay. And these, oops. These I'm just going to chuck, because I don't want them. Alright, I'm going to call it an episode now. That was sand. Oh yeah, it puts out sand. That's right. Turns the dirt into sand as part of the process. And that uranium I need to pick with something else. Still this old, my old diamond pick. Still good. And compress that up for use. Alright, there we go. Oh, should have kept it out. It's also the emerald. It's one problem about having a silk touch for your main tool. Not everything is best picked up with silk touch. So I'll put my builder away for now, but I will be getting him out later to do my floors. But first I got to come up with a design that I like. And if you've got any suggestions, let me know. And I will see you next time. Nonsanity signing off. I haven't done this in a while. Chopping some beef.